Okay. I need to pick my mic. Give me 1 second.
Stop recording?
No, it is. I just need to pick up something. I have to pick up my
Okay.
Alrighty. It is recording. Yep, it's recording. Art video. Okay.
Hi, my name is Kiani,
And I am Jade.
and we'll be talking about currency, money around the world. We're part of AmeriCorps, and we're working with Neighborhood Associates, Serve DC, and Capital Asset Builders.
Okay, so what is currency? It is a system of money in general use in a particular country. Currency is the physical money in an economy and compromising the coins and paper notes in circulation.
So, what gives currency value? Unlike early coins made from precious metal, most of what was minted today doesn't have intrinsic value, which means it doesn't have value outside of what we wanted to have value. However, it retains worth for two reasons. First, in the case of representative money, each coin or note can be exchanged for a fixed amount of a commodity. It holds a value simply because we have faith that other people, other parties, other parts throughout the government and throughout society, we accept that this money holds value. Today, most of the major currencies around the world, including the euro, the British pound, and the Japanese yen, fall in this category. Fiat money, moreover, derives its values from the trust within the government and the ability to levy and collect taxes.
Okay. So can you name different forms of currency? We have the yen, the RMB, British pounds, and euros. Do you know what countries these are from or what places throughout the world these are from?
How to switch currency and why? If you want to travel to another country, or if one buys or sells goods from another country, one will use the host country's currency. People exchange one currency for another at a specific exchange rate. The fluctuation in exchange rates plays a key role in determining the purchasing power between countries and individuals. Maybe you're traveling to Mexico or Canada and exchanging your dollar for pesos or Canadian dollars. Perhaps you're traveling from England to Japan and exchanging your British pounds to yens. If so, you have experienced exchange rates in action.
So the cost of money. National currencies are vitally important to the way modern economies operate. They allow us to consistently express the value of an item across borders of countries, oceans, and cultures. We need exchange rates because one nation's currency is not always accepted in another. You can't walk into a store in Japan and buy a loaf of bread with Swiss francs. Exchange rate is simply the cost of one form of currency and another form of currency. In other words, if you exchange one Swiss franc for 80 Japanese yen, you really just purchase a different form of money.
Exchange rate. For centuries, the currency of the world were backed by gold. That is, a piece of paper currency issued by the world government represents a real amount of gold held in the government's vault. In 1971, the US took away the gold standard altogether. This meant that the dollar no longer represented an actual amount of precious substance. Forces alone determines its value. Today, the US dollar still dominates many financial markets, also the euro, the British pound, and the yen.
Math time. So calculate how much money you'll have after the exchange. Multiply the money you've budgeted by the exchange rate, and the answer is how much you'll have after exchange. So if A is the money you have in one currency, and B is the exchange rate, and C is how much money you'll have after the exchange rate, A times B equals C, or you could do C divided by B, which will give you A.
So examples. For instance, say you want to convert euros to dollars. 1 euro is worth $1.20 USD. Your exchange rate is $1.20. You're planning on taking 1,500 euros with you. You will multiply 1,500 times 1.2. The answer you will have $1,800 after the exchange. Here's the work backward method. Say you you'll need about 20,000 Hungarian forints for your trip to Hungary. You discover that $1 is equivalent to 226.4 forints. To figure out how many dollars you need to save at the exchange rate, at this current exchange rate, divide 20,000 by 226.43. The answer is 88.33 is how many dollars you will need to exchange. Again, another example, you went to Morocco for 1 week. You spend 3,500 Moroccan dirham. 1 USD equals 8.92 dirham. Now convert the Moroccan dirham to USD is 3,500 divided by 8.92 equals 392.33 cents USD.
So now we have a math word problem. We're going to take a trip around the world, and the teacher will hand out 3 forms, which will have 10 clues. One will have 10 clues, one will have a table to write your answers, and another is the exchange rate guide. Your task is to read the clues, figure out the currency each country uses, and use math to find out how much you spend in USD or in US dollars. And that will be the end of our PowerPoint.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the math problem.